the other would be the Kremlin, and the third one would be the Vatican, because I think they probably have a lot of, secret things. I have heard that they have books and things that came from like that library in Alexandria. Different places that were destroyed, that there were things that were saved by different people and were taken back and kept and locked away in the Vatican. I have heard that.
Almost the entire Christ story is of pagan origin, blending the dying and resurrecting God of Roman, Greek, and Egyptian myth with the Gnostic picture of a holy being descending to an evil world to enlighten the elect. When Christianity became the official religion of the dying Roman Empire, even more pagan elements were brought in for those who would not give up their old ways. This has been passed down and can be seen in today's church. One interesting example is the fish, one of the earliest Christian symbols. In Greece, the Greek word Delphos means both fish and womb. The word is derived from the location of the ancient oracle at Delphi, who worshipped the original fish goddess Themis. The later fish goddess, Aphrodite Silicius, was worshipped by her followers on her sacred day, Friday. They ate fish and engaged in religious sexual orgies. From her name comes the English word salacious, which means lustful or obscene. Also from her name comes the name of our fourth month, April. In later centuries, the Catholic Church absorbed this tradition by requiring the faithful to eat fish on Friday. Dating back to 1400 BC, the Oracle of Delphi was the most important shrine in all of Greece, and in theory all Greeks respected its independence. Built around the sacred spring, Delphi was considered to be the center of the world. According to Greek myth, Zeus charged 2 eagles with finding the center of the earth. He released one to the east and one to the west. They met at Delphi, thus pointing out the center of the earth. A cone-shaped decorated stone once stood in front of the temple as a marker for the navel of the world. Legends surrounding the oracle are so tightly intertwined with history that getting an accurate picture is impossible. It is thought that long before the Greeks claimed Delphi for themselves, there were women oracles who communicated with the Earth Mother and issued predictions for the upcoming year. The original story says that long ago a shepherd noticed his goats acting very strangely near an opening in the earth. He told his neighbors about it. Some of the curious investigated the strange fumes and went into a trance and began to mumble prophecies. This went on until a priestess of the earth goddess appointed a woman to serve as the official sibyl or oracle. Word of the oracle spread fast. After the takeover by the followers of Apollo, people traveled to Delphi not only from other areas in Greece, but also from Egypt, Asia Minor, and Italy for private consultations. The economy boomed because of the number of people making the pilgrimage. Donations paid for the building of a theater and a stadium. The Temple of Apollo was the very center and heart of the shrine, the seat of the oracle. During the French excavation, a pool connected to an aqueduct was discovered between the treasury of the Athenas and the portico. This pool plunged under the temple. Perhaps that was where the oracle ritually bathed, not in an area open to the public, as some would have it. On the morning of a day when the oracle was scheduled to prophesize, a goat would be sacrificed at an altar just outside of the great temple of Apollo, and its entrails would be examined. If results were favorable, the oracle would operate that day. She would then complete the prescribed rituals, purifications in the Castilian waters, dressed in full ceremonial robes, sometimes chewing a few laurel leaves, seating herself on the tripod, and inhaling the foul-smelling vapors. Before the pilgrim entered the temple and descended into the smoky enclosure of the oracle, he had to make an offering. His question was written and given to one of the oracle's assistants. Then the pilgrim waited in a corner until an answer was recorded and delivered to him. The entire experience was surrounded by ritual and spirituality. The Pythia entered into an altered state of consciousness and then uttered what some say were unintelligible verbalizations. These were then composed into verses by the priest, and interpretations were rendered to provide meaning. Oddly enough, this practice was quite similar to the later phenomena of the Christian charismatic spiritual gifts of speaking in tongues and the interpretation of tongues. The Pythia was knowledgeable in many areas: history, religion, geography, politics, mathematics, philosophy. She uttered advice on where and how to build cities, which laws to incorporate, and which prayers to utter to the gods. Arguments over the correct interpretations of the oracle were common, but the oracle was always happy to give another prophecy if more gold was provided. The lack of a strict religious dogma associated with the worship of Greek gods also encouraged scholars to congregate at Delphi, and became a focal point for intellectual inquiry, as well as an occasional meeting place where rivals could negotiate. There are many examples of the oracle's influences on the Bible. One example is a story where the gods, through the oracle, ordered a king to slay his son as a sign of obedience. The oracle said, "Kill your son at the altar for a sacrifice, or your corn will grow no more." This was a dreadful blow to the king, but he had to obey what he believed to be God's wish. Like Abraham and Isaac in the Bible, the gods relented at the last minute. This is obviously not an exact retelling of the story of Abraham's near sacrifice of his son, but a historical kernel obviously exists which was later written into the Bible.